What if Central Asia united to form one single country?
Central Asia is probably the place you think of last whenever you think of various regions of the world. However, on watching this video till the end, that will no longer be your case. So, stay tuned. Just to be clear, I will show this part of the world and also name the countries which make up this region. This is Central Asia.
Whoa, that's big.
And the countries that make it up. Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan. Now, let us move on.
Number 1, land and population.
Combined, Central Asia would cover an area of 4 million square kilometers, which would make it the 7th largest country in the world. Leaping ahead of countries like India and Argentina, but still remaining behind Australia and Brazil. However, considering that Kazakhstan is already the 9th largest country in the world, the addition of the other 4 countries just brings it 2 steps ahead. Although, despite being the 7th largest country in the world, Central Asia would be a landlocked country. It would have a coast on the Caspian Sea, but the Caspian Sea does not have access to the other seas and is effectively a saltwater lake. Thus, Central Asia would be a landlocked state. Despite being larger than India in area, Central Asia does not even have 10% of India's population. Yes, Central Asia just has a population of 74.3 million people. This would place Central Asia ahead of countries like Thailand and the UK, but still behind Iran and Germany. The population density of Central Asia will also be very less, at just 18.5 people per square kilometer. But considering that 19% of Central Asia is a desert, the population density will increase. Now, by the calculations, the population density has increased to 23 people per square kilometer. Again, quite less.
Number 2, economy.
Central Asia would have a rather large economy of $1 trillion. If you want to learn what PPP is, you can see USA versus China by clicking on the I button. Central Asia would have a GDP per capita of $13,500, which is quite average. It is important to state that Kazakhstan dominates the economy of this region, as it alone accounts for half of Central Asia's economy, while it accounts for just a fourth of its population. The economy may be underperforming, but it is growing. The GDP growth rate is 4.8%, which is quite high.
Number 3, religion.
As you may have guessed by the region, the dominant religion would be Islam, which would account for 85.5% of the population. This means that 63.5 million people in Central Asia adhere to Islam. Further, Christianity would form a sizable minority at 12.3%. This means that 9.2 million people in Central Asia adhere to Christianity. Next, atheism and other religions form the rest of the population. Here is a pie chart. By this pie chart, we can see that only 0.5% of Central Asia's population is irreligious, which is very, very low. Whoa, this means that most of the population is religious. That's cool, man. Moving on now.
Number 4, forest cover.
Unfortunately, this is the least green part of Asia, with only 3.1% of the land forested. This is very, very less.
What? You got to be kidding me.
Now, moving on.
Number 5, petroleum.
As for petroleum, Central Asia would be a very large producer because of Kazakhstan. Central Asia has proven oil reserves of 31.25 billion barrels, with Kazakhstan alone accounting for 30 billion barrels. Combined, Central Asia would produce 1.8 million barrels of oil per day. So, Central Asia would produce more oil than it would consume, as it would just consume about 584,000 barrels per day, which is very, very less. Central Asia would be the 14th largest producer of petroleum in the world and the country with the 12th largest oil reserve.
Whoa!
Before the last criteria, if you are liking this video, then please hit the like button, share this video, and surely subscribe to my channel so that you never miss such videos from me.
Subscribe now! Moving on. Number 6. Military.
Central Asia would not have a strong military with a meager military budget of just 19.4 billion USD. As for the manpower, Central Asia would have a military personnel of just 224,000 people. This is quite less, actually.
Click on the military icon to subscribe to my channel. We have given the best video for you above. You can click on it and enjoy. Otherwise, you can click on the other video or the playlist. Sit back and enjoy.